another 9 to 5 in the city life. Hey darling, we could get out of
say is OMG, this is amazing. And we haven't even really got started yet, and we just stopped at a rest area, and this is even better. You gotta see these views all around. And this is just a rest stop. I mean, not a rest stop, this is a pull-off, scenic pull-off in Jasper National Park. Want to support our channel and also watch all our traveling in Canada plus the US, please subscribe and like our channel. We really love all the support that everyone has given us. We made it to Campground in Jasper National Park, which is Whistlers Campground, and I really picked a good one. I was trying to figure out which one to get, and it's Site 47R, and the views of the trees in the back of me and the mountain behind you, see a little bit of snow, and on top of it there's a view of the mountains in front of us.
Hello again everybody, I'm Scott.
And I'm Melissa.
Welcome again to RV Rolling with MJ on our journey across Canada, and we're getting in that final leg. Where are we this week?
We're in Jasper National Park, which but we're staying at in the campground is called Whistlers Campground, and it's inside Jasper National Park. So it's a great campground, and it's very woodsy where we are. Some of the campsites are open and there are views, but not a lot of trees because of some kind of beetle infestation. I can't even say it. And they had to cut down a lot of trees, but they're in process of making it better. The one that we're at has a mountain and has trees and a really good view behind us.
Yeah, this place has that wow factor we talked about.
Yes.
Definitely the views around the campground are absolutely spectacular. There's wildlife. We came across a bunch of elk that walked through the campsite.
That was really cool.
That was pretty amazing on the road.
Plus, there's so much to do here.
Yeah, there's so much to do in the area.
And it's beautiful.
You'll find our other videos to show you what to do in and around the Jasper area. So tell us a little about the campsite.
Well, it's not full hookup, but there are some that are full hookup. We only have electric, but there is a dump station and a place to get water if you need. And we're in the loop 47. So 46 and 47 are very woodsy. Some of the other ones aren't very woodsy, but we're in site 47R, which I love because the mountain is right behind us and we have a view, as I said, and the trees. I really, really love this site. So it's a great place.
Then it was a back-in, easy to get into. It has that open, even though we are sort of in the woods, it does have an open feel. It's a gigantic place.
Oh, it's really
big. When we scootered from here to get outside, to get into Jasper, it takes like 10 minutes just to drive out of here. It's so spacious.
But there's also bike trails that if you want. We started doing it, but it's really hard with scooters, so we rode on the street, which was fine, but you can ride from the campground into town on the different bike trails, and there's some beautiful places while you're going on the trails that you can see. This place is hopping. Very big, the town. I really like the town. It's called the Jasper Pizza Place. One of our friends back home recommended here, and the views. No, you don't think it is? I think it is. And here are the views that we have. Believe it or not, we don't normally relax, but we're sitting on these under chairs looking at this nice view. There's chairs like this everywhere you go. Moose or elk? Something. Hey, I wanted to give you a tour of the Whistlers Campground. I'm actually just going to do the 46 to 47 loop. Because this place is really big, and so this is our site right here. It is 47R, and it's definitely a great spot if you're thinking about coming here to the Whistlers Campground in Jasper. Some of them are really open with not a lot of trees, but those have more views of the mountains, but you still have here, and then you have the view of this from our site. So this is 47. I think pretty much 47 is mostly woodsy. It's 50 amp. We do not have any sewer or water. But that's okay. We're only here for 3 nights. There is a dump station, and also where you get the dump station, there's water. It's not far from town. By scooters or bikes, it's about 30 minutes to get in, and there's paths, but we ended up driving on the road because it's a lot of pebbles and rocks, and it was much easier to ride on the road to get to the town. It's a really nice town. Highly recommend checking it out. There's so much to do in this area. and everything is so beautiful. So this should definitely be on your bucket list. But it looks like most of the campground is open. I don't know if you can see it right through there. Oh, this must be the bathroom, yes, and shower. There is no laundry here. I ended up doing laundry in Hinton. So we're back on the 47 loop. So I guess it depends on what you want. You want the woods, or do you want the open? And you still get views from the ones with trees. I personally like camping where there's woods. That's my preference. I don't like it to be wide open. Scott doesn't like so many trees because of getting into the spot. It's easier where there's not as many trees. But this one was fine getting in. When you come to stay here, you have to get a park pass for the year, or depending on how many days you're staying. It ended up being worth it for me to do a yearly pass because we went to a bunch of national parks and the money was worth it. I think you have to have one for each day. So if you buy it daily, depending on how many days you're planning on staying here or how many national parks you're going to, it was just worth it to get the yearly pass, even though once we leave Canada in like, I think we have like another 3 weeks, we're not going to be back to use it. There's our site right there.
So let's talk about the actual rating.
Yeah.
So we give a 0 to 10 rating, with 0 being the worst place we've ever stayed, 10 being the best place we ever stayed. So with that, what do you got?
Well, I'm going to give it a 9 because the views are amazing from this site. The woods right here, and just the campground, the fact that there's wildlife coming through, and it's just the atmosphere of the whole place. I really, really loved it. So, what about you?
I'm actually going to give it a 9.5.
Wow, higher than me.
Yeah,
Very nice.
This is one of the best places we've ever spent. It meets checks all the boxes. The campsite is beautiful. It's well maintained. It's the look around 360. There's mountains. There's trees. The wildlife passing through. The roads are well maintained.
Close to town.
Asphalt, close to town. You can scooter into town. The river's right here. So this is by far one of the top 3 places probably we've ever stayed.
Yeah, this is a great place.
Anyway, with that said, we will see you down the road.